Doubts over the future of HS2 have been building up ahead of steam for months. And now it seems the Prime Minister may be set to cancel the northern leg altogether.
Money is not infinite.
The Defence Secretary didn't exactly dampen speculation this morning.
It is the case that all of these big decisions, where budgets are, in particular in the case of HS2, inexorably going higher and higher and higher, and your viewers are having to pay that bill, it's absolutely right that a government looks at it and says, hold on a minute, is this just a sort of open-ended check, or are we going to make sure that this project gets delivered to a pace and a timetable that actually works for the taxpayer? We take those long-term decisions seriously, but we don't think that any amount of money, no matter how big the budget gets, you should just carry on ploughing it in. There has to be a point at which you say, hold on a minute, let's just take a break here.
The Mayor of Manchester, Andy Burnham, says it'll be a huge blow to the north.
Why is it that people in the north are always forced to choose? Why are we always treated as second-class citizens when it comes to transport? This was the Parliament when they said they would level us up. If they leave a situation where the southern half of the country is connected by modern high-speed lines and the north of England is left with Victorian infrastructure, that is a recipe for the north-south divide to become a north-south chasm over the rest of this century.
Developing a high-speed rail link to connect the North, Midlands and South was initially a new Labour idea. It was signed off by the coalition government in 2012 with an estimated cost of £32.6 billion. But by 2021, even after the eastern section to Leeds had been scrapped, the price tag has spiralled to between 53 and 71 billion. Many now believe soaring inflation could see that reaching more than 100 billion. A leaked government review in 2020 suggested the final tally could hit 106 billion.
Building work on HS2's London terminus here in Euston was put on hold in March for 2 years because of inflation. But many worry this part of the project could also be abandoned, with trains from Birmingham coming into Old Oak Common in Acton, some 6 miles away. Critics argue that failing to reach either central London or the north of England defeats the point of HS2. But a Whitehall source told Sky News the Prime Minister had changed his mind after seeing the eye-watering costs of the project, which are now out of control.
But as with the Prime Minister's decision to water down the government's net zero policies, a U-turn on HS2 has big critics inside the Tory party too. Boris Johnson called it desperate, and even David Cameron is said to have privately warned against it. Many Red Wall MPs are also unimpressed.
I'm willing to give him the space to see what he's got to say. And with money being tight, we've got to deliver value for money. But I'm willing to make the case, as your correspondent was saying, we need northern connectivity, east to west, linking up to HS2 and fully delivering Northern Powerhouse Rail as well.
Labour have refused to commit to refunding the line if it's scrapped. Officially, the government says its focus remains on delivering HS2, which is well underway. But it seems a major U-turn is coming down the tracks. Amanda Akass, Sky News, Euston.